Pac-Man, 6-1-2 in world title fights.
And always with a smile on his face.
Hey, if you hit that hard, you'd be smiling too.
Manny Pacquiao, by the Ring magazine, has him listed as the world featherweight champion. I need to mention this. Morales weighed in tonight at 140 pounds. Pacquiao weighed in at 139. So both picking up roughly 10 pounds, so they'll be almost even going in.
I'm not surprised Morales gained that weight, but I'm surprised that Pacquiao came up that heavy to 139 tonight.
I am too. El Terrible.
Three-time world champion. And the only other Mexican fighter to ever do that was the aforementioned Julio Cesar Chavez. Three-time world champion. Where do you start on this guy's resume? He's fought them all. Carlos Hernandez, Jesus Chavez, Paulo Ayala, Guti Espadas, Marco Antonio Barrera.
In all those fights, wars. He's never been in a dull fight that I can recollect. Can you, Rich? I've never seen Morales in a dull fight.
A dull fight, no. He's had a couple of easy ones, but dull, no.
He even got in a tough one a few years back at Staples. It wasn't supposed to be against a guy named Injun Chief.
Yes,
I'll never
the Roy
forget that
Jones
one.
card.
Yeah, I'll never forget that one.
Brought to you in association with Corona Extra and HBO Pay-Per-View, sanctioned by the Nevada State Athletic Commission Chairman Skip Avancino Jr., Executive Director Mark Ratner. At ringside, the three judges scoring this contest on the 10-point system will be Chuck Jampa, Dave Moretti, and Paul Smith. And when the bell rings, your referee in charge of the action, Joe Cortez. And now, ladies and gentlemen, from the MGM Grand of Las Vegas, this is the moment we've all been waiting for. Let's get ready to rumble! Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, wearing white, official weight 130 pounds, professional record 47 victories, including 34 KOs with only 2 defeats. Damas y caballeros, de la zona norte, Tijuana, Mexico, the three-time world champion, Erik, El Terrible and his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing red with flames. Official weight, 129.5 pounds. Professional record, 39 victories, including 30 knockouts, with only 2 defeats and 2 bouts even. From General Santos City, the Philippines, the 3-time champion of the world, Manny Pacquiao.
The noise deafening in here.
Final instructions.
All right, gentlemen, we went over the rules in that dressing room. I expect a good, clean fight. Quiero una pelea limpia. Ya le arregla el camerino. Trunks here, it's a little high. Yours a little high too. Punches here are still good. Then una pelea limpia. I want a good, clean fight. Remember, guys, I'm fair, but I'm firm. Touch him up.
I don't know who the vendor was that sold all the Philippine flags, but he's rich tonight.
He's made a killing. They are fired up at the MGM Grand tonight.
As well they should be. This should be a fight for the ages, so sit back and enjoy 12 rounds of super featherweight action.
Don't blink. Pac-Man is always dangerous with any single punch.
Pac-Man usually starts fast. Last time we saw him, he knocked Juan Manuel Marquez down 3 times in the first round. Left-hander, powerful, fast. I'm Allan Massangale along with Mario Lopez and Rich Murata, ringside in Las Vegas. We're glad you're here. Round 1. Morales in the white trunks. Manny Pacquiao in the fire-breathing trunks.
It was less than 2 years ago. I'll never forget it. Freddy Roach came to me on the day of a big fight card. The trainer of Manny Pacquiao. He said, "Hey, Rich, I just got a fighter. He's fighting here tonight. I want you to watch him, Manny Pacquiao. He's the underdog in this fight, but I think he'll do pretty good." He was fighting Lelo Ledwaba for the title. Not only did he do pretty good, but he amazed everyone, winning the championship over a very, very good fighter. And boy, was Freddy Roach right about that.
And Freddy's one of the great trainers in the game. Trains James Toney, Manny Pacquiao. Had over 21 world champions.
Manny fires the left. He's been working behind the jab, and he fired that left.
Both of these fighters are used to dictating their pace and coming forward. Morales definitely being smart, definitely being conservative. Apparently has watched the Marquez fight a few times.
Well, Morales has boxing skills. He doesn't always display them necessarily, but that was usually in the emotional fights with Barrera. But if you look at his other fights with Paulie Ayala, for example,
highly skilled.
Massive skills.
Pacquiao on the attack.
And a taste of the Pacquiao power.
Throwing the big left hand.
Oh, Morales coming back. Oh, no. Morales fired up. Machismo with both men.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, so much for feeling each other out, huh?
I believe we've had spontaneous combustion here.
Morales powering the attack. Manny says, bring it on.
These are two very proud warriors in the ring.
How do you score this round?
they both get a 10-8.
Even so far.
Good punch for Pacquiao. Morales takes it.
It's the straight left, which is the big Pacquiao punch.
Pacquiao wants to attack. Morales goes to the body.
Pacquiao darts in and out, and he's so fast with his hand speed, by the time you try to defend it, he's already got more punches coming at you.
Morales covering up and then fires a left hand. Not the kind of fight Morales wanted this quick, but he's got it. Final 10 seconds of round 1. What a round it's been. Wow. Manny comes across with a big smile on his face.
How'd you like that one?
Wow.
That was a firecracker, wasn't it?
Just adds to the whole night, gentlemen. Great night of fighting. Morales' corner is telling him he's doing a good job. He's got to keep moving his head. He's got to be patient, but he's got to keep moving his head.
All right, let's look at that scorching action in the first round. Pacquiao on the attack, landed some big shots. Morales took them. We told you that he was going to have to weather the storm, and he did, and came bouncing back. He caught Pacquiao up in the ropes.
Combination, hands up. Okay, son?
I thought Pacquiao's punches had a slightly greater effect in the first round than did Morales' big shot.
He definitely has a firepower, but you can also see Morales being
Here we go,
the heavier-handed of the two as far as being in the natural weight class.
Manny Pacquiao's in the fire-breathing trunks. Morales in his usual white trunks. Round 2. Maybe they'll start fighting in round 2, huh?
Oh, God.
Here comes Pacquiao doing his thing.
Morales started very slowly in the Barrera fight. He just wasn't there in the first 3 rounds of his fight, that last fight. But he is forced into a situation where he has to wake up early here.
Well, he had to know Pacquiao was going to come out strong like this, and he's usually a slow starter in most of his fights, but boy, he turns it on middle to end.
Good left hand from Pacquiao right there. Now, Morales could take a punch with the best of them.
Well, he's only been down 1 time, that in the first fight with Marco Antonio Barrera, and most feel that that was not a legitimate knockdown anyway.
Now he's on the attack using the left hand. Pulls back the right hand, then throws it. Manny says, bring it on.
Be careful what you wish for.
Yeah, you won't see that kind of emotion from Erik Morales. But he does get fired up.
Oh,
We've
he
seen
does.
him go to wars.
He's a true student of the game, and like Rich mentioned, very, very skillful. But when he wants to turn it into a slugfest, it's all action.
Well, his game plan will be to counter some of those wild shots that Manny's throwing. That's got Manny going backwards. Pacquiao up on his toes. Freddy Roach told him to keep his hands up.
And Morales, naturally, the bigger fighter of the two.
I'm not sure I've ever heard a crowd that is so evenly divided as this one is here
right,
tonight.
Rich.
It's unbelievable, which means you're going to have constant noise for one or the other guy.
About a minute to go in the second round. They've tapered off just a little bit in round 2, but not much. You know Manny's going to come.
Well, they had a clash of heads, but it wasn't too bad.
Morales does a good job with that left hand keeping Manny at bay.
But he wants to land that straight right.
I'll tell you what, if he can weather the storm these first few rounds, he could be very effective with that right hand later on.
He's doing a good job when the rush comes.
Oh, just missing with the right.
Manny throwing big punches.
Most of those missed, though.
Good defense by Morales.
I think Erik settled into this fight real quick. I don't think he was messing around anymore.
You're right, and he's not intimidated, Allan. He's not intimidated by his...
He's too good to be intimidated. He's been through too much. And Manny's not intimidated because he's just a feisty character.
He's just a natural-born warrior. Oh, and that was a big right hand Erik landed.
Much better round for Erik Morales that round than was the first. And Morales, as we listen to Freddy Roach here, Morales is boxing well.
Deep breath. All right, Manny. Now here. Stand up the uppercut perfect. Let's go with that uppercut behind the jab for me, okay, son? All right, look for that right uppercut behind the son.
All right, let's take a look at the action. Better round for Morales coming in, being the more aggressive fighter. At times getting Pacquiao backing up. Pacquiao doesn't want that. He wants to be the man coming forward. But you see that good right hand. Guys, I thought that Morales fought that second round much the way that he was fighting Barrera in the second fight when he boxed and moved, fought a more scientific fight in that of the 3 fights. He applied those principles in round 2.
No, you're right, Rich. And the problem is Pacquiao can keep up this pace all night. So it could come down very well to the last round.
Round 3. Manny Pacquiao, the pride of the Philippines, in the red trunks. Erik Morales in his usual white trunks, the pride of Tijuana Norte. From the toughest section of Tijuana, born in a gym.
That's right. God, I grew up in Chula Vista, which is the border town of Tijuana. And I'll tell you what, you don't want to get lost in his neighborhood in the middle of the night.
Well, I'm sure, but he drives around with impunity. Nobody messes with Erik Morales down there.
He's a god down there.
And both are lords of the ring tonight.
I thought Pacquiao won the first round. I thought Morales applying those, as I said, those same kind of principles that he fought Barrera in round 2, or rather the second fight of their trilogy, won round 2.
I agree with you. I have it 1 round apiece.
And ironically, the best fight he fought against Barrera was that second one, and the judges were against him. And I thought he won it. So those debates will go on forever. Good right hand from Morales.
That backs
Good
up
left
Pacquiao.
Pacquiao looking to throw that left hand. Now they're fighting Pacquiao's type of fight. Morales has showed really good defense. Picking off some of those big punches, then coming back on the counter. You guys get the feeling somebody might hit the deck in this fight?
It's just a matter of time. It's like a time bomb waiting to go off.
Round three.
Like I was mentioning earlier, Rich, Morales is being very careful and very smart with his punches, but Pacquiao can keep up this pace all night, and he has to exchange with him if he plans to win at least on the scorecards.
Well, you know, he might be able to win fighting Pacquiao's fight. We don't know that. Morales might be able to slug with him and win. But he had an outstanding camp at Erik Morales, an outstanding training camp. He didn't have any extra people around, no big entourage. We'll see if he can weather this now.
A lot of those punches, there was only 2 or 3 maybe solid blows.
Yeah, Manny, Morales is using great movement, guys. And now he's back on the attack, using his left hand and coming back with the right hand.
Coming back strong.
Pacquiao throwing punches.
Morales has never faced hand speed like this. Pacquiao's definitely the fastest fighter that he's faced.
Uppercut. Pacquiao's never faced a fighter with all these weapons either. Everybody's on their feet here. Final seconds of round three.
Oh, Morales tried to just tee off with that one. He set him up with the left hand and threw that right.
Wow, what a tough round to call.
I tell you, this is as fine a night of a boxing card as I've ever seen.
¿Qué busca? ¿Qué busca?
They're asking him, what are you looking for, Erik? What are you looking for?
Aquí hay agua.
They're telling Erik that he's doing really well in there. He's just got to throw the right hand more. But what are you looking for?
All right, let's look at the replay now of the action. Both men had their moments in this third round. Morales at long range landing that sneaky left hand. Pacquiao answered back. There's no question about it. Here he comes with he starts those flurries. Left, right, left, right. He throws him a little bit wide. Morales using the head there. He got Pacquiao going backwards. I'll tell you, tremendous, unbelievable action.
This is a tough fight to call, gentlemen.
Round four. These people paying a lot of money for these seats, but not a lot of them are using them. They're all getting up during the rounds, and I don't blame them.
Yeah, and both sides.
Chance of Manny.
They'll come back with El Terrible on the other side. Round four. It's been action-packed, as we expected it would be. How many wars has Erik Morales been in? Countless.
And all against world-class caliber competition.
Manny able to step out of that. Rounds flying by. We're round four already. Morales gets Manny to go backwards.
What's really amazing about Morales, despite those wars,
nice counter right hook.
Nice counter right from Morales. He raises his arms. He senses something. He senses something.
Manny on his bicycle. He comes back throwing. He's like the Energizer Bunny, I tell you.
Two great warriors.
You see, Erik is fighting a very scientific fight here. He's really fighting very smart. Very smart. But it's what we said. He's got these skills. He doesn't always showcase them.
One of the most complete packages in the history of the sport, in Erik Morales.
But you got such a difficult fighter in front of you in that he's got great footwork, tremendous hand speed, a lot of power, and he's a southpaw.
Morales using all of the ring. He's fighting real smart here in this round.
He's had Manny on the retreat at the most. Oh!
Morales unloading now, and Manny says no big deal. The problem for Manny is he's been going backwards. You can survive those onslaughts, but you're not going to win the round.
That's exactly right.
Expected more of Manny coming forward than Morales, but it's Morales on the stalking.
Morales trying to Pacquiao trying to pot shot him here, moving and just popping one at a time. I thought that was a much better round for Erik Morales. I've had them alternating rounds so far.
I've got it all even, gentlemen, 2 rounds each.
And that's what I've got. Let's stick around now. Morales ran into a short left, but a beautiful counter right by Erik. There you see it, same situation, same scenario. Counter right by, now Morales did have some moments with Pacquiao up against the ropes, but Pacquiao wheeled out of there nicely to get out of trouble. Again, impossible to tip which way this is going to go.
Hard to believe, but Pacquiao has only fought 12 rounds 1 time, which could be a factor as it goes later on into the fight.
Well, he fought the 12 against Marquez, and that was a grueling fight. Had it not been for Barrera and Morales last year, Marquez-Pacquiao would have been fight of the year. It came in second in all the balloting.
Okay, round 5. 130-pound championship. Manny's been a little bit surprising going backwards to me. Good uppercut.
Oh, and get caught with a nice uppercut.
Manny had to shake the cobwebs out after that one.
Morales has every punch in the business.
Manny will come back answering with 3, 4, 5 punch combinations.
I think that uppercut from Morales could be a real definitive punch tonight.
Sometimes you just got to rip it right up the middle, Rich. When you got a guy coming at you with open arms.
And it doesn't matter how many punches you throw in those combinations, it's how many that land. And Morales is doing a beautiful job of defending a lot of them.
Pacquiao digging to the body. Some holding going on. Joe Cortez warning him, stop that business. We don't want to see a clash of heads here. We're in round 5. Morales sticking that jab out there, measuring the distance. Manny's so quick, he's got great defense. What a matchup.
He's elusive, Allan. He darts in and out.
Look out for that uppercut. Morales just landed it. Pacquiao felt it.
We got some blood from Pacquiao.
Pacquiao's cut in his right eye.
Bad.
And it's a bad cut.
We're going to have the doctor take a look at it.
They've been coming close, clashing heads all night, and looks like one of the headbutts finally caught him.
And we go to the scorecards after 4 rounds, Rich.
That came from a punch.
Joe Cortez says it came from a punch.
If they stop the fight, Morales would be a TKO winner. He called it a punch. He called it a punch, no headbutt.
That's a bad gash.
He's going to let him go, but Pacquiao looks kind of a little out of it.
He does. He definitely looks a little woozy, and that's above the eye. Blood will trickle into that eye. And Morales is a master of taking advantage of situations like this.
The Mexican contingent in here is not happy.
Look at that bruising under the eye. Wow.
The Mexican contingent here is not happy that Manny's getting this much time to recover, although he's beaten up pretty badly. I tell you, Erik Morales is a dangerous man when he counters you.
And a great finisher, Allan.
See, Manny's got to shake this off. We've talked about it a million times how a fighter reacts to a cut.
Beautiful right hook by Morales.
Morales already having a big round.
Fighting very smartly here. Manny's trying to do his Manny thing.
Yeah, and Morales has got to realize that Pacquiao's going to fight out of a sense of desperation here, and he's going to have to be ready for that. But if that blood starts coming down into the eye, Pacquiao's going to be in deep trouble.
And Morales doing a great job of just jabbing at it, jabbing at it.
That's right. He's just firing the jab away because Morales is smart. He knows what he's got there now.
Manny's in a bit of trouble. Can't see out of that eye too well.
So Morales is going to look for that jab on that eye. There he throws it out there. Pacquiao seems a little discouraged going back to his corner.
Come on, keep it.
Kaya pa, Brad. Malit lang, malit lang. Huwag lagi. Kaya pa. Huwag ka umayaw.
Calm down.
Calm down. Huwag ka umayaw. Okay? Kamay lang. Kamay lang. Huwag ka umayaw. Kaya natin pa, Brad.
They're asking Manny to calm down in the corner.
Deep breath, son.
That's a deep cut.
All right, now here. You can't take you to this guy, okay? All right, back him up. A little combination. You heard him. A couple of them. You heard him with that hook.
All right, let's take a look now. If we can see, there's the right hand, and then they do bang heads.
Contrary to what Joe Cortez said, that was definitely a headbutt.
There was a headbutt. He's saying it was the punch that opened the cut, but it was such a bang-bang kind of deal that how could anybody be sure?
You can't be sure. But it's a very significant distinction.
And a very significant decision by Joe Cortez.
Yes.
Who does not have a replay. He's got to call it as he sees it, and I can see how he would call it a punch if he didn't see the headbutt right behind it. But we thought it was a headbutt.
And Cortez obviously feeling that it was the right hand first that landed in that spot that caused the cut.
And Cortez has done dozens of championship fights. Definitely not a novice in this situation.
Round 6, good body punch from Morales. You see how the Pac-Man reacts to all the adversity. That's part of the game.
The two fighters are wearing gloves called winning gloves as opposed to the Reyes gloves that Pacquiao wanted to use tonight. So there was real controversy about that.
Those are the gloves that Morales prefers, and now Pacquiao turning it on.
Getting hit with a jab.
Freddy Roach was very critical of Pacquiao's promoter, Murad Muhammad, in fact, for not being aware of that situation or not fighting for that situation beforehand.
Morales being very patient, knows he has time on his side, and just shooting a laser jab at the cut of Pacquiao.
It's getting very bloody, wide open again.
Boy, we've had a lot of blood spilled in this arena tonight.
Look how patient Morales is, though. Fighting well, scientifically.
He's into it, well into it now. Pacquiao's trying to unload. Erik steps out of it. Eventually, Morales will have to counter.
Beautiful right counter.
You saw it. There it was, the right hand.
The right hand, then it came back with a left. Pacquiao's on the ropes.
Morales in control at the moment.
Really bloody face for Manny Pacquiao. Such an unfortunate turn of events for him to suffer that cut. Then have it ruled the way it was ruled. But it's put him in a position that he's really got to press. And Morales knows what to do with it.
Pacquiao needs something dramatic to turn it around. He needs to land that straight left and deposit Morales on the seat of his pants the way he did Marquez.
But with the granite chin Morales has, that's going to be a tough task.
Another good jab from Morales. Still trying to work on that eye. Final seconds. Man, what a fight.
Woo, it's a war in there, boys.
Smoke. Look at the top. Relax. All right, deep breath, son. Relax. Easy. Let him breathe. Calm down, bro. All right, nice deep breath, son. Come on. All right, Manny.
Freddy Roach again trying to calm Manny Pacquiao, trying to calm the corner down. Here's the exchange in that last round. Pacquiao drove Morales back. Drove him into the ropes with it, but at long range, Morales with a good right hand, and that ended up hurting Pacquiao and sending him back. I've given the last 3 rounds to Morales. I have him out in front of this fight.
And I agree with you, Rich. And the momentum definitely seems to be going in his favor.
Round 7 scheduled for 12. Towels all in the ring. Here we go. I tell you what, if you're a fight fan and you didn't buy this fight, you're never going to forgive yourself. Here comes Pacquiao with a good right left.
That's what he needed to change the direction. As I thought, those were hard punches, and those were punches that have knocked lesser fighters down. And Morales took them pretty well, although he felled them.
Another good combination, 2 jabs and a straight left for Pacquiao.
So you've always got to respect power. Saying Manny Pacquiao has that power.
You're always in the fight when you have punching power.
Exactly.
Like that.
This is a good start, round 7 for Pacquiao. Good hard body shots. Good left hand got in on Morales. There's that uppercut, Rich. Now Morales is on the attack.
I can hear Manny grunting with every punch he throws. He's trying to get all his power. Morales with the famous, what was that, leg punch?
Yeah, he was mainly just getting him off his back with a weight. Beautiful uppercuts with an overhand right. Morales turning it on to the end of the round here.
Now they're into it.
Toe-to-toe action.
There'll be no style points in this round.
I don't think the fans, these 14,000 plus, came here looking for style tonight.
No, it's not the ice capades.
Morales with that beautiful straight right to the body that he's so famous for.
Good round for Pacquiao. Morales did a good job.
And a huge right.
That's that big right. That's the right we were looking for, but Manny's fighting right back out of it.
And that's the patience paying off right there, and caught him right in the eye that was already cut.
Morales has been a technician working on that eye. Look at the courage of Pacquiao to fight through this adversity he's been confronted with. Oh, what a punch.
Leather is flying here. You can just hear these punches.
Morales just missed with a huge uppercut. Final seconds of round 7.
What a round. What a round.
I tell you, this is some night of boxing.
This is a great night, Rich.
Why can't they all be like this?
He's feeling it too, believe me.
Manny, it's good round. You back this guy up now.
All right, take a look at this incredible action. Pacquiao with the strong left. Morales answered back with a straight right cross. Blood flying everywhere. Morales really doing work in the last minute of that round. Pacquiao bravely trying to come back. But Morales' punches that round had the greater damaging effect.
And after every exchange, both constantly shaking their head to show that it didn't hurt.
We're going to round 8, and Rich, you know, if you got Morales winning the last 4 rounds, at what point do you think he might start thinking about winning a decision and not risk that power? Or can he afford to do that?
Knowing Erik, I don't think he'll ever think about that.
No. Because it's obvious if he's smart, he can outpoint Manny. But Manny, all it's going to take is one punch to put him right back in this thing.
And that's a beautiful counter left hook. I have the fight even, Allan.
All right, so we got a real difference of opinion going here, and the judges may also have that difference of opinion.
Yeah, but Mario trains with Manny.
I'm not being biased just because he's my stablemate. But the eye is definitely.
I was just joking. Good punch from Morales once again. It's the kind of fight you hate to see either fighter lose, to be honest about it. But somebody has to. That's why we come and pay the money.
And it's the kind of fight that you hate to see a cut be a factor.
Yeah, it's always a bad thing. But unfortunately, it's going to be when you have 2 guys lunging at one another like these guys are. Quick little punches on the inside. Morales, every time Morales sees an opening, he goes for it. Manny coming back.
Depends what you like, the high volume out punch or the crisper, harder punches.
Got a long way to go in this fight, if it goes. We're in round 8. Erik Morales, blood spattered on his white trunks. Manny Pacquiao, blood all over his face, dripping from a cut over his left eye. Left cheek bruised severely.
And Pacquiao's mouth a little open, breathing a little heavy.
The 2 fights we've seen here tonight may go 1-2 in Fight of the Year balloting at the end of the year.
Definitely the card of the year, the fight card of the year, I'll tell you that.
That's what Top Rank provides. Great fight cards. Morales still pouring it on. Manny says, hit me again. Manny answers every time despite the odds against him. With one eye damaged severely. Here he comes again.
Well, it may not be hurting Pacquiao. Morales is definitely scoring.
Yeah, Pacquiao got in a couple there. And he's encouraged all of a sudden.
The energy that Pacquiao has is unbelievable. Relentless in his attack.
Morales throwing a big right hook. Manny just got a good punch on Morales. Final seconds of round 8.
What a round.
I have never heard a house more electric than this house tonight. I've heard some as loud, but never louder than this.
It's like a rock concert in here.
Don't talk to him. Let him relax.
You know what? Nice deep breath, son. Calm down.
Don't talk to him, let him relax.
Come on. It's a good round out there, son. Now here, you in the body?
No te engolosines arriba. Esas pausas, perfílate, ponte distancia, tírales de... Dame las manos.
All right, let's take a look at some of the action from the round. Boy, that was a solid left hook from Erik Morales. Bent down, Pacquiao fell for it. Coming on later with the right hand, Pacquiao acknowledging the power of the punch. Pacquiao, though, came on strong at the end of the round. I thought the last minute of that round might have earned Pacquiao the round, in fact.
That was his best round in a while. What were they saying over the Morales corner? I couldn't quite catch it.
They're wanting Morales to box more. They feel he's ahead. So they don't want him to risk suffering bad consequences with Manny's power.
Well, he doesn't have any choice. When Manny comes, you got to do something. You can't run. There's nowhere to hide in there, is there, Rich?
Nope.
Not with this guy.
Morales has nice white shorts.
Round 9.
Plum now.
Erik Morales has now got pink shorts on.
Yeah.
And Manny Pacquiao's flames are still flaming. Round 9. Action-packed. One of the best fights, well, you'll ever see.
Pacquiao fighting more in spurts, though, now.
He just got caught with a left.
Stiff jab from Erik Morales.
It seems every time Manny gets hit hard, he seems to come out with a spurt.
He comes out with great expert. Not all the punches land, but I got to tell you, there's something to be said for volume.
And if you saw that flurry by Pacquiao. You saw that he still has his hand speed.
I don't think he's going to lose his speed. Might lose some blood tonight, but no speed.
And these two fighters definitely have respect for each other. You don't see Morales touch gloves too often throughout the fight. He's done it a few times with Pacquiao.
Well, there's not the distaste that he has for Barrera. That's just that's a hate fest.
Yeah, see, that becomes emotional fights. Morales is very measured tonight. He's really using his head.
Yeah, he's let his head get away from him. The only time I've ever seen is those Barrera fights when they just detest each other so much.
Fellow countrymen.
Round 9. Here comes Manny. Now Erik's able to keep him off with the jab for a while, but you can't do it all night.
Manny is coming and coming.
What a fighter.
A nice left landed by Manny.
What a fighter. Both of them. Now Erik's coming. Like I said, you can't keep him off of that jab all night. Still. Final 30 seconds of round 9. Oh my, guys.
He hurt Morales a little with that little shot. Sometimes those short punches will do it.
Especially when they have the power of Manny Pacquiao.
Manny Pacquiao's 100% warrior. 100% warrior. And he just got hit again, which he usually counters. Here he comes back.
Oh, what a flurry.
That was fun. Look at that face.
Way to close out Manny Pacquiao.
I don't think Manny's going to be at the gym Monday, Mario.
I don't believe so.
Respira duro, hijo. Distancia que estamos aquí.
All right, as you take a look, you see Morales. Look at that. Look at that fine boxing from Morales, sticking him long with the jab. But when he does that, he wakes Manny up.
What I said every time.
It's just amazing. And Pacquiao tries to back.
And look at that. Answers 3, 4, 5 punch combinations. It's unbelievable.
Well, let's see. We got 7. Let's see how many rounds we got in now. Going to round number 10. And what do you got it, guys, after 9 rounds?
After 9 rounds, I have it even, gentlemen.
Even after 9.
And I have it 87-84 for Erik Morales. Did you chicken out and call one of those rounds even there, Mario?
I did.
You can't do that, Mario.
I can't do that.
I didn't want to do the math for Mario.
It's tough to call.
It is tough to call. Round 10. We're down to the business end of the fight, folks. Down to the nitty-gritty rounds. They've done a great job on that cut for Manny, and it hasn't really been a factor for him. He doesn't care. A lot of blood on the trunks. And you know what? Morales still trying to hammer away at that spot with that left jab.
You know, the cutman's done a great job because I really thought it was dangerously close to being stopped.
Body shot from Morales.
Erik Morales, you take a look at him. He's doing the same thing here in round 10 that he was doing round 1. In other words, he came into this ring with a firm idea of how he was going to fight this fight tonight.
And he's stuck with his game plan.
Look at he's been executing it. That may not lead him to victory because Pacquiao's still alive, very much alive.
And Pacquiao has also stuck with his game plan, which is attack, attack, attack.
Good counter from Morales.
And that right hand slowed Manny down.
Yep. Morales has got him in the corner, still talking him, still stalking him. And then Manny fires a right. It just seems to wake him up every time he gets in trouble. What a fighter.
I'll tell you, Pacquiao got slammed a good one. One of the mouthpieces fell out. I'm not sure whose. But I don't know if Joe Cortez has noticed it yet. I don't believe he has.
And I don't think Manny cares.
Manny Pacquiao's mouthpiece. And to take those shots from Morales with no mouthpiece, that's all we need is another cut.
Seems to have inspired him. He seems to have been inspired, and Morales is coming on in round 10. Back and forth they go.
You know, when Pacquiao got cracked that big right hand, he showed a lot of head movement again. He somehow managed to work his way out of that. Now the crowd's booing, but the fact of the matter is that mouthpiece came out 45 seconds ago.
That's right.
It's not like he just spit it out.
They should be applauding.
You can get your mouth really ripped up in 45 seconds.
There's nothing to boo about in this fight, believe me.
I am amazed at Manny Pacquiao and the way he charges every time. It's like he gets electrified when he gets hit.
Whether he's getting hit or not, he's still coming forward.
Morales has turned southpaw, and he just hit Pacquiao with a hard right jab.
Uppercut.
Being very effective in the southpaw stance.
Look at this.
I've never seen this, ever, from Erik Morales in the southpaw stance. What is that all about? The only way I'd ever see that, I think, is if one of his hands is hurt.
Hey, folks, get up, got my face.
Sit down, relax. Let him breathe in.
What a fight.
Who'd you give that round to, Rich?
Coming out.
I gave it to Erik Morales again.
I gave it to Morales as well.
Give me a reading. Okay, relax. Give him a drink. Still there? Go give him water. Let him relax.
All right, about midway through the round, there it is, a hard left hand by Morales, and the mouthpiece came out of Pacquiao. Now, Joe Cortez did not notice it for quite a while. I tell you, Pacquiao is just, he's unbelievable.
He's unbelievable. And Erik Morales knows it.
Well, he's truly carrying the weight of his country on his shoulders, and he is representing well. Again, with the respect. I love to see that.
11th round. They've certainly earned each other's respect. In the center of the ring. Big right hands from Manny.
And it's funny, we're heading into the championship rounds here. I believe Erik Morales is winning this fight and is in front.
By a slight margin, I would say.
But Manny Pacquiao can still win this fight.
Yes. He's still got his speed.
He has the wherewithal.
He's got to land a big shot.
Morales has absorbed the big shots of Pacquiao better than anybody I've ever seen fight Manny.
He's an underrated chin. But we've seen it time and time again, especially Morales #1.
And I'll tell you, Barrera doesn't have anywhere near the power Pacquiao does.
He's got good power, though.
Beautiful right counter from Morales. And again comes Manny.
Well, he's not Morales isn't in that southpaw stance that stunned us at the end of round 10.
And you know what? I wonder why he switched, because he was being pretty effective in that stance.
I've never seen him do it. Good right hand from Morales.
Well, clearly Pacquiao was never expecting it.
Erik shaking his head saying, you missed, Manny, you missed. Those are effective punches that Morales is throwing. Those little short, hard punches.
Morales turning it on when he has to.
Good right hand. I tell you what, Manny's a warrior. But Morales is so effective. He's such a great boxer and puncher. Right hand.
That was a hard right hand by Morales.
Now Manny comes back.
Oh, with a big left hand.
There's the one that Pacquiao's been waiting for.
Took it and kept on coming, Rich.
It slowed Morales up a little bit. Now here he comes again.
Both of these fighters showing tremendous heart and great chins tonight.
Both just showing great courage. Manny Pacquiao's been bleeding most of the fight, dealing with adversity, dealing with a situation that was ruled a cut from a punch. So he knew he didn't want the fight to stop. 10 seconds left in round 11, and I hesitated to say we were going to 12 because I never know. Now we are. Manny might have stolen that round in the end.
Don't worry. That's it. Okay, that's it. 1 second. Okay. Give me the Vaseline.
I've got Morales leading by 2 rounds going into the final round. You're winning the fight, they're telling him. You're winning the fight. Box this round. It's nothing, it's nothing. You got it, let's do this. But you have to keep hitting him. You gotta keep hitting him. Keep with the left, keep with the left.
There's good work with the right cross after the jabs, and then Morales goes a little right cross crazy, but Pacquiao came back and landed one of his strongest punches of the fight. The late going. 14,000 on their feet, Allan.
Exactly. The 12th and final round.
It could come down to this.
Pacquiao's going to let it all hang out.
In my scorecard, Pacquiao would need a knockout.
Well, you can bet he let it all hang out. Now, you got to remember, Rich, Morales has lost 2 tough decisions to Barrera, right? And that might be in the back of his mind. And hey, I just can't go out here and try to stay away from it. I got to fight, because he knows what it's like to be on the wrong end of a decision, in his opinion.
You know, I just can't believe how strong Erik is in there tonight against this great fighter, Manny Pacquiao, because I saw him at the weigh-in yesterday. I swear he tripped going up the steps. He looked so weak, like he was hardly going to make it up the steps. And then he looked gaunt, but tonight, look at him. Unbelievable.
Coming out of the tunnel, I agree. He looked a little lethargic. He didn't have that look in his eye. But man, what a professional. Never underestimate El Terrible.
We're in the final round, folks. One of the best fights you'll ever see. 2 of the best fighters to ever come along.
Now he turns southpaw.
Right, now he goes southpaw. Morales just went southpaw again. Throwing a straight right out there. And picking off that right hand. Good right hand for Morales. A good counter for Pacquiao.
Staggered Pacquiao with that right.
Flailing away now. Final round.
Pacquiao's going for the gusto.
Pacquiao's letting it all hang out. I told you he would. He's eating a lot of right hands. Pacquiao's a little wobbly, but he keeps coming. He keeps coming. Now Morales still in a southpaw stance.
Morales nearly slipped.
What a fight.
What a round, gentlemen.
A minute to go in this fight.
I don't want this fight to end.
Erik Morales still fighting left-handed. Good right hand for Pacquiao.
Morales is a little wobbly.
45 seconds left in this fight. Can he stay on his feet?
Manny's got to let it go right here.
Hearts are beating fast in the Philippines and Mexico tonight, not to mention here at the MGM Grand Arena.
I've never heard it noisier. Blood streaming down the face of Manny Pacquiao. He's shot just 20 seconds to go. Morales has been hurt.
Pacquiao pouring it on, not slowing down since the first round.
Final 10 seconds.
Mario, you may be a great actor, but you'll never be in as great a drama as we're watching right now.
I agree with you, Rich.
And it's over. They're both still standing.
Awesome.
I have Erik Morales winning this fight. I don't know that the judges will agree with me, but I believe that Erik Morales won this fight here tonight. It was a spectacular event. Both sides can be proud of what they did. And as far as Bob Arum is concerned, congratulations on a great card. I'll tell you what, I'll take this same card 3 months ago. Give me all the same fights. Give me all the fights.
Let's do it again in June. Take a look at it here, Rich.
All right. An unbelievable 12th round. You knew it was going to happen. Morales switched and went southpaw in that last round. Landing that right as Pacquiao was coming in hard, but Pacquiao just was not going to pay any attention to what he got hit with in that last round. And there is Erik Morales. He can be proud of his effort tonight.
I don't think he's ever looked.
We go to the scorecards. Paul Smith, Dave Moretti, and Chuck Jampa all have the same score. 115 to 113 to the winner by unanimous decision. De la Zona Norte, Tijuana, Mexico, Erik, el terrible
No disappointment tonight for Erik Morales from the judges. And I think the difference, Rich, is Manny Pacquiao's got a great heart. He's a great warrior, but he doesn't have the skills. And Morales was able to put all his skills together to do what he had to do to win this fight.
And I believe it's a very fair decision. I've been checking around the media row.
Mananatiling champion. Yung sinabi mo doon sa interview natin, gusto mo kahit anong mangyari sa laban, mananatili kang champion. Manny, ako na nagsasabi sa'yo, buong Pilipinas, maniniwala na champion ka pa rin.
Maraming salamat. Unang-una sa iyo at naniniwala ka na ako ang nanalo at Pilipinas. I do my best, but you know, it's bad decision. So better luck next time. That's the part of the game.
Galing mo talaga. Alam mo, Manny, isa sa mga natutunan ko, no, parang merong isang passage, sabi niya nga you run a good race, you finish the race, no? Kumbaga, tatapusin mo yung karera. Dito, you fought a good fight and you finish the fight. Parang ganyan ang sinasabi. Hindi ka sumuko, Manny.
Alam ko pag nung nagkatan ako, nagbiyakan ako ay hindi na makakita yung isang mata ko kasi sa tulo ng dugo, pero you know, I just keep on punching and you know, and I do my best. Ginawa kong lahat para manalo at you know, alam naman ng mga tao na it's close fight, but I think I won the fight.
Gaano kalaki ba yung puso mong yan? Yung puso ko masusukat ko, no? Pero ito yata ang puso ni Manny Pacquiao kasi laki ng katawan mo eh. May mga pagkakataon na pwede ka nang humigaw. Yung mga ibang boksingero na kalaban ni Morales, umayaw na lang. Pero ayaw mong ipakita, sobra ang pride mo, Manny. Ayaw mong bumaba, ayaw mong sumuko.
Hindi, kailangan patulogin niya ako bago niya ako matalo. Pero hanggat alam ko, hanggat may lakas akong pwedeng lumaban, lalaban ako para sa karangalan ng bansa natin. Ayaw ko yung mapahiya yung bansa natin. Pilipinas, mga Pilipino, matatapang to.
Matapang nga, sobra tapang. Mabilis lang, Manny, no? Gloves pag-uusapan, sinabi mo kanina. Coach, we have Coach Freddy Roach. Coach, the gloves.
Big factor in the fight. We use, real puncher's gloves. Manny would knock this guy out, I felt. But, you know, we use these pillows that Murad Muhammad picked and never asked Manny what gloves he wanted to wear. And it was a mistake that should have never been made. But, you know, it was
charged to experience.
It was a great fight, though. And Manny fought a very brave fight, very close fight, and I'm very proud of him.
One quick one. You don't call Manny atop the ring. You call him son.
It's just an expression. He's like a son to me, and I care so much about Manny, and I'm very proud of him right now.
All right, Coach. Balik tayo kay Manny. Manny, itong laban na to, maraming nagsasabi, pwedeng umulit, pwedeng maging trilogy, pwedeng maging part 4. Yung una lang, gusto nating tignan, sinusukat mo ba siya? May respeto ka na, may pinakita kang respeto kay Morales, kay Erik dun sa mga unang rounds?
Medyo tinansya ko muna kung anong suntok ang pwedeng pero bubuhos na sana ako nung ilang mga round na. Kaya lang nagkaroon ako ng headbutt, so parang nawala ako sa yung
nawala yung timing,
yung plano ko, nawala yung timing ko kasi isang mata lang yung makikita eh. Isang mata lang nakikita ko yung suntok niya, pero bahala na. Pagpasok niya, susuntok lang ako ng bahala na. Yung kumbaga maraming suntok sa ilalim, so hindi ko makita yung kanang suntok niya.
Maraming tama na inabot si Morales sa'yo. Ang dami mong ibinato, ang daming tumama sa kanya. Nakita nating naririndi siya. Nagulat ka ba na nakatayo pa rin siya kung sa iba yun? Palagay ko 10 tao na pinataob mo doon sa buong laban na yun.
Oo nga, pero yun nga, malaking gloves yun yung ginamit namin. So medyo may kaibahan sa Reyes. Pero
Feeling mo hindi naging puro yung patama gaya nung panguna na kinakatakutan natin?
Talagang matindi yung patama ko. Kasi feel ko rin tinira.
Nakikita ko namamaga pero ngayon walang bali. Ngayon, Manny, itong naniniwala ka, di ba? Napakataas ng pananalig mo. Naniniwala ka na ang pagdiyo sinara ang isang bintana, nagbubukas ng isang pinto. O nagbusara ng pinto, magbubukas ang isang bintana. Ibig sabihin, matalo ka rito, merong mga ibang opportunities. Hindi pa natatapos ang karir mo. Meron pang inihahanda ang Panginoon para sa'yo.
Hindi naman ako natalo talaga ngayon sa fight na to. Hindi yung natalo ako dito. Pareho kami dalawa panalo, masiyahan yung mga tao. So alam ko pag mag-rematch kami, lahat ng tao manonood, lalong manonood sila balik at marami pang manonood ulit.
Alam Manny, isa na masasabi ko dito sa kagalingan mo, sa husay mo, hindi ka lang ng boksingero eh. Isa kang tunay na bayani. No? Ipinakita mo sa bayan natin na gaya nung huli, no? Kahit na sandaling-sandali, pwede nating ipakita, no, na pwede mong pagsama-samahin yung mga kapatid natin. Ngayong araw, walang politika. Ngayong araw, walang relihiyon. Ngayong araw, isang Diyos na pinaniniwalaan natin at ikaw yung isang bayani na pinaniwalaan namin.
Maraming salamat sa kanilang lahat, no, at nagkaisa sila at maraming salamat sa Panginoon. Siguro gusto ng Panginoon na matalo, may paraan. Siguro ginusto ng Panginoon pero may kapalit yan, you know. Bahala na ang Panginoon. Hindi pa rin ako nawala ng lakas ng loob. Nandito ako, buong loob, paniniwala sa Panginoon. So sa lahat ng mga sumusuporta at mga nanonood ngayon, lalo na sa mga kababayan kong Pilipinas, maraming salamat po sa walang sawang pagsuporta ninyo at asahan nyo po, lahat ng labang ko ay gagawin ko po lahat na makaya ko para manalo. Pero you know, grabing paghirap ko, nag-isaya ko ng 2 months pero siguro may paraan ng Panginoon kung bakit ako natalo. Pero Nick, better luck next time. Maraming salamat po at talagang yung laban ko na to ay kasama ko po kayong lahat mga kababayan ko at hindi ko po pinakita ang aking kaduwagan. Lumaban po ako para sa kapakanan ng bansa natin. So maraming salamat po at God bless you po. God bless you all. Lalo na sa maraming salamat sa inyo.
Si Manny Pacquiao, mga kaibigan, itong tao na ito, maipagmamalaki natin. Isang magiting na boksingero, pero isang mas magiting na tao. Isang taong nagmamahal sa kanyang pamilya at isang taong marunong tumanaw sa mga blessings na binigay sa kanyang Panginoon. Manny, congratulations. Kahit sabi nga nila, sa mata nila, nanalo yung isa, pero ikaw ay mananatiling champion, hindi lang ngayon, pero panghabang panahon. Maraming salamat, Manny.
Maraming salamat po at nangyari na po, tanggapin na po natin na ganun ang decision. Pero alam nyo naman po, sa puso ninyo, sa puso ko, panalo tayo. It's close fight. So huwag kayo mawalan ng pag-asa. Ako'y narito at matatag pa rin.
Lalaban pa, hindi susuko. Manny, maraming salamat. Bayani ka. Manny Pacquiao po, mga kaibigan, pamula dito sa Las Vegas. Ako po si Chino Trinidad. Nagpapasalamat sa Solar Sports Network at sa Smart Padala at sa inyong mga kababayan natin na hindi sumukong maniwala kay Manny Pacquiao. Maraming salamat po.